welcome to this video on interviews. I will say that most of the schools I auditioned at didn't do an interview. It's often one of the very last things that you do, so if you get a recall at that place, it's probably more likely that you'd have an interview then. I only had an interview at Urdang and Ed in my recall, and I had like a mini one at Trinity, so just after my singing call they just asked me a couple of questions. But I'll go through the generic ones in this video. If you wanted to know more about the actual questions that they asked me at Urdang or Ed, feel free to have a look at those videos. This one I'm going to mainly just talk about interviews in general. So you want to wear either your singing outfit, something smart casual, something that makes you look, like civilised, professional performer. Just, you want to look presentable really. The main thing I'd say is don't rush. If they ask you a question, don't just babble on and blurt out the first answer that comes into your head, because I did that a lot and then I was like, why did I do that? I say stop and think about the question that they've just asked you and think about the best way for you to answer it, because they'll respect that a lot more than if you just mumble on about something for 5 minutes and then you haven't even really answered the question they just asked you. It's important to plan ahead, so think about the questions that they might ask you and think about the answers that you might give. This video should hopefully help you, because I'll give you some idea of the things that they're going to ask, and plan your own answers in your head. They're going to ask you things like, what are you doing at the moment? How have you prepared for being here? What sort of classes and things are you taking at the minute? What are your strengths and weaknesses? What is your dream role? And what other roles would other people say that they'd see you in? Why their school? Why do you want to go there? Another one is, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? What do you want to be doing? The most common one is, would you say you're an actor, singer or dancer? Just know in your head, and this is what I mean. So pre-plan all of your answers so that you can talk about them freely. They also asked me about funding, not like how much do you earn, but where do you stand with scholarships and funding, and do you understand how much it's going to cost, which is why you need to be aware of all these things, because you need to be able to say yes. They'll also ask you if there's an option to be applying for more than one course or whatever. They'll say which course you're applying for and why you're applying for that course. If it's between degree and diploma, you need to know why you want to do the one you want to do. I know at my Urdang it was a massive thing of whether you were going on degree or diploma, and I said to them, I want to be on the degree course because I've already done an extended diploma course and I want a degree so that I could go into teaching if I wanted to, and also that I'm quite an academic person, so the degree seems to suit me more. Funding as well, you can get government funding for a degree whereas you can't for a diploma. It's really helpful to have a clear idea in your head of why you want the course that you want and why you picked that one instead of the other one. A lot of them ask you where else you've auditioned, so obviously that's an easy question, you just reel off the list. Some schools are more dancey, some schools are known more for their acting, so it just tells them a bit more about you. Most importantly, just be chatty, show them the real you, don't try and put on a front or anything. Just see it as a little chat and a chance for you to really get to know the school a bit more, get to know some of the staff. Have planned questions, even if there's nothing you really want to ask. Just think of something to ask, so it makes you look like, you're really interested and you really care about the school. Oh, they'll also ask you if you've got any offers anywhere else. Some people say if you tell them you've been offered a place somewhere else, then it means that they'd be less likely to accept you because you can go there. But other people say if you tell them you've been offered a place somewhere else, it makes you look more desirable, and for me that's what it does. They know that all the other schools are doing the right thing, and it would mean that they're like, oh okay, this person is good if they've been accepted here and here. If you haven't, it's fine. If they like you, they like you, and obviously if you've done a lot better on their audition day than you have anywhere else, that might be the reason why you would get in there. But I just say, just be honest with them. Don't try and lie, because they all talk to each other, so there's no point lying. Don't be afraid to talk about all the things that you've done. I came out of some of my interviews thinking, oh, that went really well, felt like it was a really nice chat, but oh, why didn't I mention that? I wish I'd said something about that to them. Don't be afraid to be really proud of your achievements and to talk about everything that you've done because they'll be really impressed by that. Also, it can be a bit awkward because like they're writing stuff down, so they'll ask you a question and you'll answer the question, and then after you've answered it, like they'll listen to you and they'll look at you, and after you've answered the question, they'll like write down your answer. So then it's sort of just silent for a bit while you're waiting. So I don't know, I was sometimes inclined to sort of like keep talking and babble on, but it's more that like they're just digesting what you've just said, I think, and writing everything down. So just don't be like a bit awkward that we just sat in silence, because it's not. They're thinking about everything you've just said to them and making sure they write it all down. Another main thing is when you leave, just be really friendly. You say thank you, it was really nice to meet you, and then when you get to the door, you're just on your way out, open the door, and just before you close the door, just say thank you, thanks very much, and close the door again. Just that, it's really simple, but looking back and them seeing your face again might make them remember you a bit more. Just, you know, being really polite and friendly and nice. So the specific questions that I got asked, I'll do those in my specific audition videos. If you wanted to know all the questions that they asked me at my Arts Ed, I will go through that in my Arts Ed audition video. Yeah, I think that's it. So just be chatty, be you, be friendly, talk about everything that you've done. Make sure you pre-prepare your answers for the questions, just so, not like so you're speaking from a script that you've written, my strengths are 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. No, just so you don't freeze on the spot and they're like, oh, I didn't expect you to ask me that. Just so you've got a better idea about what the interview's going to be like. But it's not scary, they're really nice. And I like interviews because it gives them a chance to see like you rather than just you as a performer. But yeah, so that's video about your interviews. If you've got any questions, anything, feel free to just drop me a comment and ask. See you in a bit.